saying? You know what I'm saying? We swept the West Coast. I only wanted 4 wins. I only wanted 4 to 5. That was the minimum for me. You got us 4 in a row and swept the West Coast. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? We swept the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know, they said 36 games with a straight face. They said 36 games with a straight face. We almost at 30 right now. And we on a win streak that's crazy without a full hand. We don't know when Jakob Poeltl's coming back. But look at won't he do it? Yo, you talking about blessings. Listen, to look at everything we had to go through to get to this moment, I go through it again. Yeah, if it means getting to this moment right here, I would go through it again. I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't change a thing. 1 second of it. The pain, the frustration, I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't change anything about it. To look at us sweep and put the cherry on top. Not only did we sweep the best team in the got, and then John B thought he was going to work his magic against who? Hey, John B, you got to relax, man. You got to relax. You're doing a lot, John B. What you thought was going to happen? What you thought? You was going to have your moment against Scottie? You thought you was going to have your moment against that man, and you would. Well, I don't know why they have you in the All-Star conversation. Not the All-Star conversation, the MVP. They have Chet Holmgren, a.k.a. John B, in the top 10 MVP conversation. I'm going to let that sit in y'all spirit. I'm happy that we won 4 in a row and we swept the West, but that's not why I'm here right now. Part of my reason for being here is because of John B. We see that vanilla on. We see you, R&B. We see you, baby. John B is number 10 on the MVP in the MVP conversation. Top 10 players, John B is 10th. How? How is Scottie not in that conversation? That's the conversation I want to have. These games are just backdrops to the real conversations I want to have. I don't like we swept the West. I'm happy. I'm overjoyed that we did. We swept the West and I'm enjoying. I'm tickled pink about that. I'm still magnificent, even shorthanded. Amazing. Put the cherry on the top. Amazing. But the fact that Scottie isn't in the top 10 MVP conversation, that's more of a conversation I want to have. Because at the beginning of the season, you already know where I stood. Either he handled business this year and we win, or it's going to be a problem. And this man is a big part of the reason why we're 3rd in the East. And you can't play with our name the way you feel like playing, no matter what you say. When you look 1, 2, and 3, we're 3rd, half a game away from 2nd. I'm just, the men lie, women lie, numbers don't. He don't have to have ridiculous numbers. His impact is, you know what it is. And the fact that John B wanted to go ISO. Chet wanted to go ISO against the best defensive player in the NBA. He guards 1 through 5. He plays 1 through 5. He is what the future of basketball, the projection of what Masai had in mind for his team is what Scottie is for us right now. The only problem is you can't have 5 of those on the court. You need guys who have definitive roles and have a guy like Scotty Barnes glue it all together and make sense of it. But as we had this conversation, I'm realizing that there's a ton of people on that list that aren't better than Scottie, don't have the same responsibility as Scottie, and shouldn't be on that list at all. How does the Pistons have 2 guys on that list? 2 guys from the Pistons, 2 guys from OKC, 2 guys from Denver. You talking about lazy journalism. How is Scottie, who played all 5 positions, not on that list? Mind you, his stats are better than Jets. And I like Chet. I told my nephew when OKC got him, I believe they were going to win the championship, and it happened. I need y'all to understand there's no way these guys are headed. No way. Not Cade. I don't think anybody's that. Nah. And that's the conversation I want to have. That's where my energy is right now. Like us sweeping the West, I love it. But Scottie not being in the MVP conversation is appalling. That's crazy. We beat the Thundercats. They on fire right now. 37-10. They on fire. People talking about they're going to win 80. They're going to win a good 75 games. Everybody was on their nuts. Now we're starting to get back to when it comes down to basketball, all that hype shit, that shit don't work with certain people. Our team is one of them. You got to beat us. Your reputation ain't enough. Who they think you are, you got to show us something. And they ain't show us enough yesterday. The better team won. It is what it is. We close out. We do it. We did everything we supposed to do. It don't have to be perfect. That's the thing. We don't have to be perfect. We just have to beat you. We got that part. I don't know what your logic is when y'all coming into the games. We don't have to be perfect. We just have to be better than you and beat you. We'll figure the rest out later. But what I'm seeing is there's not enough energy around Scottie. There's not. We shouldn't be having to beg and plead for Scottie to be an all-star. It should be automatic. But that tells where we are as far as the NBA and conversations about basketball. They trying to make their money back. Everybody trying to make that back. Everybody trying to get to the paper. And they're forgetting how important basketball actually is to any of the conversations that they have. We're not interested in you. We're interested in your connection to the game that we love. We don't really care about most of these people talking about basketball. We care about their connection to the game and how they make us feel about the game through their conversation. How they can tie all the dots together and make sense of it all for us and be entertaining. Very few and far between can do that without $1 million staff. And we don't have we don't have time for the world to catch up to what Scottie is and appreciate. I think they should understand what they have in front of them right now. And it's not because we're over sensationalizing him. He's really that good. He's back on schedule. Our schedule for Scottie is for him to be a superstar. And at some point, a megastar. That's the line we had him walking. Anything less than that, people are looking at us like, no, he's not even this. You're bugging. He can play all 5 positions. He can guard all 5 positions. He can do everything you need a basketball player to do at a professional level, whether you're in college, whether you're in high school, whether you just starting out. He does everything you expect a basketball player to be and do. When you think of basketball, Scottie does everything that you're supposed to be able to do. He's not incredible at one thing. He's just all-star good at everything. When you put that all together, there's nobody else even on that list that can do the things that he can do. And when you do name the people, you're naming Hall of Famers. On this all-star list, you got Joker. We understand Joker. You got Shea. We understand Shea. We understand Luka. I don't understand Cade. I'm sorry. I don't get the Cade. You got Jamal Murray. That's the second Denver player. You think Jamal Murray is more? Jamal, I love Maul. Don't get it fucked. I love Jamal Murray. But let's be clear. He's playing off of Joker. You understand that? Joker is a once-in-a-lifetime caliber player. Scottie is not even in his prime yet, and he's doing what he's doing everything. We don't know when Jakob Poeltl is coming back. Like, I'm telling you right now, some of these guys have the luxury of having a megastar next to them and hype and the machine and everything lined up for them. They don't have no real responsibility. If Scottie don't play well, we lose. We got problems if he don't do the little things and make sense of everybody else's incredible moments. We don't win like this. Ain't nobody giving us none of these games. We beating y'all. He's a big factor. Wemby is on the list. I understand Wemby. But I don't understand how you can have 6 players and it's like 2 from 3 teams. I understand KD. I get it. Well, whatever. 25 points that don't mean shit. But it just sounds good. You have to have because you can't put LeBron in that conversation. So you got to have somebody since fucking Giannis is not there, right? But let's have a real serious conversation. How is the hype not around a guy who plays all 5 positions for a top, the third best team in the East? How's that even possible that you overlook that? And there's no real conversation and there's no real support. He's doing everything. Like, you can't, when we say everything, he's doing everything. Everything means everything. It don't mean some of the shit. Some of these guys could take a night off. Maxey is also on the list. But we're talking about guys who don't have to necessarily be there. He does all the dirty work at an all-star level. And we're winning. I don't see the league showing him that same type of love that he deserves for all the work that he's putting in. It'll discourage a line of basketball players. Like I said this years ago, he's going to inspire a group of basketball players who simply know how to play the game. It ain't about the hype. It ain't about how many highlights you got. It's about those plays that people don't even acknowledge that kept the game close and enabled this guy to have that superstar game, that enabled this team to have a incredible season and incredible record. He's a big part of the foundation. Without him, there's problems. That's how we're walking a tightrope as a team. We're 29-19 as a team. We're walking a tightrope. No RJ, quickly out. Jakob Poeltl, we don't know when he's coming back. We're trying to find the right people to plug into this system. And we relied on Brandon and Scottie. Scottie did everything. Brandon did everything he can do. This is not some situation where there's some all-star putting up these gaudy numbers. This man is doing all of it. Some of the stuff don't even get on the stat sheet. You know what I mean? He's given us play and defense 1 through 5. He's a coach's dream. How do you overlook that for MVP? How do you even have an MVP conversation without this guy even being a part of it? But you want us to respect the fact that basketball is still this genuine thing that we all should respect and divide our time and buy these apps. And no, we're not buying shit. We're not paying $7.99 or $12.99 and $11.99, getting 5 fucking different apps when we used to have it all on one channel, maybe 2. Now we got to go to 5 different places and we still might not get the game we want. But if I'm going to waste my time and I'm going to spend that money, you're going to have to give me something that looks like the basketball I grew up playing and the basketball I grew up looking at and enjoying. Because at some point, it's going to get back to basketball. You can only hype the game up. You can only party for so long. You can only put the lifestyle before people get used to it and it's normalized. And it has to go back to the very thing that made the thing special in the first place, which is basketball. People who know how to play the game. Everybody knows how to shoot. But can you shoot, rebound, pass, play defense, do all the dirty work, know when? Not only you have to know how to do the stuff, you have to know when to do the stuff and when to put forth the effort to have a greater impact with that skill set. He's learning how to do that. These guys are just shooting. And if they don't hit the shot, that's it. They're good. They're exonerated. They don't have a problem. He can't just, I ain't shooting well tonight. Well, we still need 12 rebounds. We still need 8 assists. We still need two or 3 blocks. We still need 2 or 3 steals. We still need you to help out when the man gets beat. You still got to motivate your team. He still has shit to do when he's not having a great shooting night. And we're winning with all the extras that he's doing, but he's not getting acknowledged for it. Y'all are looking at it like it's normal. If it was normal, everybody would be doing it. And nobody in the top 10 is doing it. All right, say Joker. I dare you. Joker is going to the Hall of Fame as soon as he take that jersey off and get on a horse. Giannis is going too. You're comparing him to the greats. Another Raptor player that you can only compare him to the greats with. Pascal Pippen was another one. You can't compare our star player to regular people. You compare him to immortals, Hall of Famers, people who are going to have their jerseys immortalized and talked about through the ages. He's being compared to that class. There's a difference. Scottie does the work that's necessary for a team to win. No, he don't have a shoe. Nobody has a popular shoe. There is no NBA face. There is no NBA superstar. There's no more megastar. It's going back to, can you play this game or not? It's going back to what we respect. It's cool that you got a guy you can push and talk about and say this and that about. That's nice. But can he ball, though? Let's see what you do in the playoffs. Let's see. Let's see if what he does makes sense of what everybody else does. Can he carry this? Where's the responsibility level for this guy? What is he responsible for? The one thing that you pay him for. Oh, okay, cool, we get it. Well, our star player is responsible for the 6 things we pay him for, and the other 4 things that aren't even on the contract. Those are called miscellaneous activities. At an all-star level, we asked of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing? How do he's not getting the respect that he should be getting for what he does. And these dudes are just doing one thing great, not multiple. Joker does multiple things. Everybody else on that list is a one-trick pony, pretty much. Our success is predicated on his performances. He's a big part of it. How do we overlook that? Mainly because the team is being overlooked. If our team wasn't being overlooked, maybe he would be put on the pedestal the way everybody else is. We're in the age of greatness being normalized by average people. How the fuck are you letting average people tell you what greatness is and they've never attained it or seen it up close in real life? They don't know what it takes. They think it's just you got to be consistent. Really? Really? You think consistency is the same as being gifted? You have to be consistent with the gift, consistent with the talent, consistent with the results, not consistently just showing up and performing at an average level, thinking just because I can talk to you, we're equals. That's the problem that we have nowadays. People think because everyone's conversating with one another that they're on the same levels. You can have a Hall of Famer talk to an average guy. They're not equal. The advantages and the conversation that an all-star has over an average person is going to be apparent after a while. The problem is the person who's at the all-star Hall of Fame status, they don't know how to articulate it, and they don't have the articulative arrogance to put this motherfucker in his place. There is no one. There is no Hall of Famer or superstar that has who can articulate well enough to make me feel uncomfortable in the conversation. I'm gonna fuck what you accomplished. We're gonna go at it. We're gonna talk. And I'm gonna out talk you because I'm great at it. And I can hoop a little bit. I'll give you credit, but I hoop a little bit. But I'm talking from a perspective that's imperfect yet impactful and potent. You can't compete with my conversation. That's cool. I can't compete with your experience level. I get it. But we're not equals. I know that. I'm not stupid enough to be like, well, no, now I know just as much as he does. What the fuck I don't? Because there's a such thing as emotional experience, psychological experience. I don't have any of those experiences that you had. I don't know what it's like to be rich and have my family's destiny on my shoulders and hoping I don't fail, hoping I don't mess this thing up and we go back to the projects, which is the worst thing on the planet. Go back to not being nobody. Because you're going to be a nobody as far as the media is concerned anyway once you retire. But you can't go back to being poor. And you don't have the skill sets or the connections and people don't love you. And that bank account is getting smaller and smaller. Nigga, it's not no game. Nigga, that's pressure. I got my own pressures, but I ain't got that shit. I could work through mine. You might go crazy if you had 30 million or 20 million or 50 million or 100 million and then you go back to being broke. Shit. You need therapy. But we're in an age where everyone thinks the apples and the oranges are equal. They each have their nutritional value, but they're not fucking equal. They're different. I accept the difference. Some people in conversation want to be compared to and say, I'm better than. Simply because in that conversation, they may have some type of emotional or psychological advantage because they made a point. But that don't mean you understand what greatness is. To be this great, like Scottie is, I appreciate that. And it's being overlooked simply by people who are having these conversations based off of a mediocre perspective on what greatness is. They think it's fucking normal. We ain't at an age in a world where you can normalize greatness. That's why people underachieve, because they think they got time to achieve that level of greatness because it looks attainable within the time frame they think they can have it in. No. Timing is everything. I understand that. I was one of those people that think I got time. You ain't got forever. Tomorrow, you might not even want to get on the court. If anybody would have told me, yo, there's going to come a time in your life where you don't want to play basketball no more, so you better make the most of this shit while you can. I always thought there was going to be another game tomorrow. No. At some point, everything ends, and you have to accept that. If you would have told me I would walk by a basketball court and my heart not skip a beat, and me not stare down every point guard that comes up and down the court like I'm going to be right back out here to do you dirty in 20 minutes. I just got to help my grandmother up the steps with these groceries. Once I drop her off and make her feel comfortable and put the groceries up, I'm putting my shorts on and these sneakers on, and I'm going to do you dirty. we going to have that five. I'm going to get listen, we going to talk about that. Because I saw you look at me when you laid the ball up on the fast break. You want these problems. I got you. See, but I don't feel that way no more. So I understand what that process is. We got a lot of people who just think they got time and the greatness is just going to be there and it's going to, you got a small circumference of time to go through to get to that realm of opportunity. And if you don't, people are going to look at you like too little, too late. So what? You ain't got time. And they're doing it within a certain perspective, a certain time. And they're working whether they want to or not. They put themselves in a space where they have no choice but to be great. I applaud that shit. I might talk shit about Kevin Durant. This motherfucker does score 25, 28, 30 a night, every night. Every night. He's not bored with it. You remember DeMar DeRozan when he was with Chicago and they were like, hey, he's going 10 in a row. He might hit 10 in a row. 30-point games. And what he say? I don't want to do it. It's too much. It's too stressful. I'm tired. I can't wait for it to be over. Whining and shit. I'm glad we traded that motherfucker. Soft ass. Sitting over there complaining about a 30-point game per game scoring streak. He didn't want to do it. Couldn't wait for it to be over. While Kevin Durant, he want to drop 30 every chance he can get. You got to appreciate you don't see that often. You got guys that are just thinking, I'll pick it up and score 30 again. No, when has DeMar done it again? Has he dropped 30 a night? When the last time he dropped 30 a night for 5 or 6 nights? He hasn't done it since because he didn't appreciate the moment. He couldn't wait for it to be over. He was tired. He was stressed. He didn't want to do it. The fuck? You kidding me? And people accepted that. He needs a mental break. This is competition. This is basketball. What the fuck are you talking about? That's what the off season's for. Go to therapy during the off season. During the season, give us that pain. We trying to see you work until you fall out. That's what we paying to see. Die on the court. I don't mean physically die, but emotionally and psychologically die on the court. Physically, we need you to live. But this is a psychological, emotional situation here. But we want it all. You want everything from us? And you reserve the right to pop your bullshit? Cool. We need you to go 10 toes down, get busy. Game after game after game, give us greatness. And this kid is giving us greatness, and we're overlooking it like it's okay. Like now everyone's confused about what greatness really is. Everybody looking stupid in the face, trying to find the right conversations. Well, you want to have a great conversation, start talking about something that's actually great. Instead of trying to sensationalize some bullshit, some drama. Nigga, this ain't hip-hop or the rap game. Because hip-hop and, the rap game, the rap music is different. It's totally. One is a cultural thing. Another one is just a business. I'm telling you right now, we need to differentiate greatness from what people are telling us is great. We have to redefine as a crew of people that watch the game. We have to redefine what's greatness. Just because you telling us this is great, if we don't feel it in our hearts that shit is great, nigga, that's mid. Nigga, get out of here. We watched this dude do everything. 25 rebounds. One game, 15, 16, and say he's doing everything we supposed to do. Blocks. He had 3 blocks last night. And he's not among the top 10 players and he's not great? If he was in New York, if he was in LA, if he was in Miami, they'd be on his nuts right now. Talking about he's the second coming of the second coming. But when we say this, no. Really? Lame ass nigga? Wearing them goofy ass sneakers? I'm sorry. Them sneakers that y'all niggas is wearing is orthopedic shoes. We ain't never wear those back in the day. You say what you want. Essex is popping. No, they not. They ain't never been popping. You can say Avia, Deodoras, stuff like that. New Balance, but them Essex, Sauconys? Yeah, all right, man. Yeah, whatever, man. Let you tell it. Rewriting history. Rewriting it there. All right, go ahead. I've been around long enough to know. Big ass orthopedic shoes y'all niggas wear. Talk about these is in. Same type of shoes as in Walmart. Man, if you go ahead somewhere, man. Go ahead, man. You could have got them orthopedic sneakers from somewhere else and said, this is $3,000 sneakers, stupidity. But the point I'm making is there's so much information and they're confusing everybody to what greatness really is. Greatness is winning. Anything that helps you win on a consistent basis, a player that's doing everything, that's greatness. Everyone has their own conversation of it's not even about what true greatness is. It's what you like. It's a preference. Ain't no fucking preference when it comes to greatness. Either it's, what the criteria and the standard is for greatness. And they're trying to lower the standard and saying, all you have to do is score. Well, when Michael Jordan was dropping 35 a night and 40 a night and 50 a night, they were saying, all you doing is scoring. Can you do anything else? What else you got? Because Magic and Bird are doing everything. Now it's to the point now, you could be a one-trick pony and they'll put you on a pedestal. You can get a whole fucking your jersey retired and you can get all the bells and whistles that come with the Chariots of Fire after you retire. But the person that does all the dirty work, he gets looked at as a subordinate, not a superstar. That's crazy. I'm not going to have that shit on my watch. I can tell you that right now. And I don't like the conversation. There ain't enough energy around talking about Scottie. I don't like the energy. I'm going to say it. I don't like the energy. I've been doing my 1-2 outside of social media. And I enjoy my life again away from social media. That's why sometimes I don't post because I be enjoying life. You seeing a lot of people now starting to unplug a little bit. I'm also getting back into the love of social media again, putting out videos and stuff. But sometimes I'm just enjoying the moment in my regular life sometimes. A lot of y'all don't know what life was like before social media. Don't know how important the connection is with your family and friends and that and sitting by yourself and watch, just don't let life pass you by, B. Don't get caught up in this shit because they spinning you. Before you know it, you're going to be 50 and you're like, all I did was watch videos on YouTube. All I did was watch videos on Instagram and go out there and have some experiences sometimes. At some point, you're going to slow down. You're going to get tired. You know what I mean? I remember when there was no social media. It was invented. I got my 20 years in of it. I'm like, all right, cool. Now I could go back to living a little bit. It has its place in my life. It doesn't overwhelm my situation. It's a part of my life. I've worked it in as a part of my life. And I enjoy that part of my life, but there's also other parts of my life at times that I want to enjoy. And with all this information being put in front of us so avidly and so vividly and so often, we get confused that when a decision needs to be made and greatness has to be defined, we have to go back to the old standards of what greatness is and be like, what is greatness? Ask somebody who got some longevity in this life and he'll tell you, or she'll tell you, or they'll tell you. What we're seeing is this ain't A+ work. They giving dudes with a 65% a A. That ain't no A, nigga. That's barely passing back in our day. 55 was failing. 45 was nothing. You go into summer school for 4 summers. Just the standard. They're trying to lower the standard. We can't afford that. Greatness is greatness. This kid is great. This kid is great. And he should be in better conversations. We shouldn't have to beg for him to be an all-star. We shouldn't have to have any other conversations about him being a defensive player of the year. Who's playing better defense than him? It ain't even close. Who's playing all 5 positions? Who's guarding all 5 positions? Let's start there. Nobody. The only one other guy that could do it is Giannis. And look, Hall of Famer, MVP defensive player of the year champion. This is who we comparing him to. We're not comparing him to nobody in his class. I've been saying this for years. We're not going to be able to compare him to nobody in his group. You're going to have to compare him to immortals. And he ain't even hit the apex yet. Wait till all the superstars leave. Wait till all the mega stars leave. And it's just us and everybody else. Watch the numbers he put up. Watch. I'm telling y'all, it's going to be incredible. I'm telling y'all. We ain't seen nothing yet. This is just this is the tip of the eye. This is the best case scenario. Wait till he starts to dig his heels in and all these little lighting the ass kids come in and you like, this is the NBA now? I'm the elder statesman? I'm probably gonna grab 25,000 rebounds tonight. Who's that? He weigh $150. Bring him over here. Who you posting up? You weigh 185 pounds. Shoot that jump shot. Let me grab the rebound and start the fast break. I don't know what you talking about. You ain't posting me up. Oh, you only 200? Go. Take that mid-range. Don't come over here playing with me. I'm going to box out. I'm not even boxing out. Just move. Don't even be down here when I grab the rebound. It's me. We ain't got to talk about that. When I run the fast break, you going to move. I guarantee you, or you're going to get dunked on. You too little. These dudes is too little that's coming in. Scotty's going to be a problem. He's been dealing with Giannis and all them. He's going to be a problem. He's been dealing with Joker. He's been dealing with Joel Embiid. Ain't nobody, man, all right, post them up and, all right, play him. Go ahead. Walk around and find out. This is the phase that I've been looking for. This is what I've been waiting. And I didn't know if he'd be able to make it because the way they were training him was to be like everybody else, and he's not like everybody else. That's all I'm saying. Let's get back to the great conversations about Scotty. I'm gonna have to do it, man. I'm gonna have to do it. I got you, Scotty. I got you. I'm gonna make sure there's enough energy around you and enough hype around you to get something done. We're gonna get something. We leaving this season with something, whether it be all NBA, fucking MVP, defensive player of the year. We leave it here with something. You giving us something, or we gonna take it.